this NBA offseason has been absolutely insane, bro. It's been, honestly, in like the past 10 years of all the off seasons, this has probably been the like craziest one I've seen. I can't really think of any off season that has came close. This we gonna grade all the trades made so far in the off season. There probably gonna be more after this fucking video drop. A couple weeks into the off season, we've already got like fucking 10 insane trades. Number one, we gonna start with the biggest trade of this offseason that fucking happened. Everybody, I feel like every team in the league was waiting for this trade to happen. Giannis to the Heat. The Heat got Giannis and Bobby Portis, we all know. And the Bucks got Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr., the number 13 pick in this year's draft, a 2030 first round pick swap, a 2031 first round pick, a 2033 first round pick, and a 2033 second round pick. For Miami, we gonna give this a B plus, right? And I think this deserves a B plus. Obviously they got Giannis. Giannis thing, he said he want to go to a winning team. He said he want to win some games. I don't really know how he's gonna do that, considering the fact that the Heat just traded all their depth for him. But obviously, if you're the Heat, it's an offer you can't refuse. You got to get Giannis. Still one of the best players in the league. B plus grade for that. For Milwaukee, though, we get it an A minus because Milwaukee, they had so many teams calling about Giannis. They had so many options. Every team in the league probably called them and had with an offer. And some of them were probably pretty shitty. I feel like this is the best offer they could get for Giannis. A franchise player, probably top 5 player in the league right now. For Milwaukee, though, you're not going to be able to get that much value back, but you got 4 young players, 4 good, technically 5, and Khalil Ware is the best player in this package, by the way. Just throwing that out there right now. But we get this an A minus. I think that's a fucking fantastic call you got back for Giannis to start your rebuild. See if you can get another franchise player and some start winning again. You know what I mean?
Second trade was the Atlanta Hawks receiving Aaron Wiggins for 2 measly 8th graders. Atlanta Hawk, I'm giving this an A minus. I mean, you got a guy who can help space the floor, get a couple buckets. Okay, defender.
Would you call him an elite role player?
I would call him an elite role player. I think he's one of the best role players. He's on a great team-friendly contract. I think he's getting paid $7 to $8 million, and it's descending. I'm gonna give this a D minus for OKC.
The league is, it's no more super teams. The super team shit is over. It's about role players, and you have these role players, and now you're just giving them away for 8th graders, bro. I don't understand that.
Aaron Wiggins is a guy you need in the regular season to win games.
All right, the third trade, also with the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder traded Isaiah Joe to the Detroit Pistons for, once again, 8th graders. For 2 8th graders.
I'd say 7th graders, really.
For the Oklahoma City Thunder, we get it straight at F. These are key rotation players to your. You were almost in the final. You were one game away from the finals this season, and you're just trading away all your key rotational players for like we said, 7th graders. It makes no sense. Yeah, one good. There wasn't that many of those. Those were rare. You know what I mean? But for the Thunder, we get this trade at F. Especially Isaiah Joe was.
He's a 40. He's a 42%, 40%.
Yeah, he was shooter. And he was playing he was nice. But for Detroit, this is A plus. As you get a great role player for 2 second-round picks, and it's you didn't do well in the playoffs last year. You guy who's playoff tested, championship experience to help lead that team, hopefully further in the playoffs than the second round. A plus, great signing. They needed shooting, and they got some more shooting.
I think they're hoping that he's like the Malik Beasley this year. But
I don't think they're hoping he like Malik Beasley, bro.
I'm hoping he's not. He's inconsistent at 40% 3-point shooter.
Yeah, that's all they needed is some shooting, and especially with losing Tobias Harris in free agency. You bring in some more shooting, they'll be good to go.
The Detroit Pistons trade Isaiah Stewart to the Memphis Grizzlies for 3 second-round picks and a big $15 million trade exception. I don't understand this trade. I mean, I thought he could have been used to get a star, not a superstar, but a star player around Cade Cunningham. His contract's not bad. He's a young player. For Detroit, I'm giving this a C minus. In Memphis, I think you got like a pretty young center who they can trade later on or keep.
I personally, you know, I saw this trade Isaiah Stewart. He's been part of that franchise for a while now, for a few years. I didn't really. I mean, you got some good picks back. Isaiah Stewart was. I mean, it's not like he was like an offensive mastermind. He was more of a defensive guy, and they got that. But I mean, I don't know. It didn't make sense to me. But they're getting a trade exception. They're getting these picks. Maybe they use those and go get a better rotational player than Isaiah Stewart, and I'm just try to run it back with Cade and maybe Jalen during next season. We'll see. For trade number 5, we got the Houston Rockets and the Charlotte Hornets. The Houston Rockets send Dorian Finney-Smith to the Hornets for 3, and the Rockets received 3 second-round picks. I I didn't think it was a bad trade for either team, and I'm gonna tell you why. Look, the Rock Dorian Finney-Smith didn't play that well in the Rockets last season. His value's looking bad. His contract looking bad. The Hornets, they get a role player. They buy him low for 3 second round picks. Easy money. And then maybe he can improve. Get him be a good role player in Charlotte. He's a veteran, so he can. You got a lot of young guys out there in Charlotte. I don't think it's that bad. But for this trade, we probably gonna give it for Houston. We give it a B plus. You got some assets. Um, for a guy who obviously they're banking on him not getting better. And then for Charlotte, we definitely gonna give it a B minus. I personally think it was a pretty fair trade, pretty good trade.
Number 6, we got Portland Trailblazers and Memphis Grizzlies making a trade. Ja goes to Portland. Portland, I don't really understand it. I mean, they got the star power. So I mean, John Morant used to be a franchise guy. I don't want to say he is one now. And then, but the spacing doesn't make any sense. Like I could really, I think they're gonna make another trade because it's rough. It's a lot of just driving to the basket and praying your 33% 3-point shooters hit your shots.
I kind of like the trade. I'm not gonna lie. I think the Portland Trailblazers bought super low on a former franchise player. I mean, he really was still a franchise player. They loved him in Memphis. This guy averaged, he used to average 20 points, 7 assists. He is that type of player. He has that potential if he can just focus on being on the court, staying focused on basketball, not being like Adrian Broner. He could have the potential to, you know, not restart, but get that momentum and that good momentum in his career back going. For Portland, we definitely gonna give this a B. I feel like they bought low on John Morant. You gave up literally Jeremy Grant, who's on a terrible contract, who's been playing pretty bad. And I mean, for Memphis, I give it honestly we give it a C minus, maybe even a D, but we'll stick with a C minus just because they've waited way too long to trade him, and they got nothing back for him. It looks like they just wanted him gone.
The Dallas Mavericks and the Memphis Grizzlies also made a trade. Dallas got Santi Aldama, a good 7 foot, spacer, okay defender. He ain't gonna block Trae Young all the time. And Memphis Grizzlies got AJ Johnson, a small but incredibly athletic guard. A really bad protected pick. I believe it's top 20 protected pick from the Warriors, and then 2 second-round picks, I think. For Dallas, I'm gonna give this a B plus. They're trying to win right now. They ain't doing no rebuild because they don't got any of their picks. Santi Adama, I believe, is like a 45% corner 3-point shooter. Memphis, I give it a C plus because I mean it's not bad. It's not bad for Santi Aldama. He's a first round pick, but it's most likely going to be second rounders.
Trade number 8 between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Washington Wizards. The Lakers received Jaden Hardy, a 2031 second and a 2032 second from the Wizards. And the Wizards got from the Lakers dominating DeAndre Ayton. I like the trade for both sides, to be honest. I do. I'm a Wizards believer, bro. I think the Wizards are gonna be fucking dangerous next season. I think they're gonna be nice. They're a sleeper team. Everybody's sleeping on the Wizards right now. They got Trae Young, AD, Sar, the Bonsta. They got all these guys. They got a lot of guys, man, on the Wizards. And they added DeAndre Ayton, which I know he didn't play that well with the Lakers, but he's most likely if you bring DeAndre Ayton off the bench, your backup center behind Saul because I want AD to play power forward. I think he can contribute to the game and you know rebound, get some offensive boards, get some points. You know what I mean, post up. And the Lakers for the Lakers. Jaden Hardy, he's played with Luca in Dallas, and you get 2 second round picks, some assets to add, and you can trade those. I think if DeAndre Ayton can come off the bench in Washington, they're more dangerous than they already were because the Wizards are going to be dangerous next season. It's just a fact. We gonna give it a C+ just because DeAndre Ayton is always questions with him about really his motivation to like play the game. He doesn't really play that hard. His defense is trash. But if he can, pick up on that, maybe look a little bit how he did, like he was when he was on the Blazers for a little bit.
For the ninth trade, we have the Phoenix Suns receiving Miles Bridges. 27 days, 27 nights. We all know him.
27 days, nigga. 27 nights. Mac 11 Ks, nigga. 40 got a knife.
A 2029 first round pick from Charlotte, a 2027 second round pick. And then Charlotte receives Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, and a 2033 unprotected first round pick from Phoenix. I don't understand what Phoenix is doing in this move. You getting rid of two good like floor spacing role players in a really valuable 2033 first round pick for Miles Bridges, who on the court he's okay, but I don't like the fit. And a 2029 first round pick, which isn't going to be good. And then off the court, Miles Bridges really shouldn't be playing, let's be honest. And then for the Hornets, you get in like two good role players that can help space the floor. You got older Con Kanipo and Grayson Allen, and then Rolls Royce and Royce O'Neal. Phoenix, I'm giving this a D+, and then Charlotte, I'm giving this an A-. I think it's a great trade.
And like I said, it's a new era in Charlotte. LaMelo is gone. Bridges is gone. It's a new era. All right, for the 10th trade, the Lakers and the Jazz. The Lakers get Walker Kessler, and the Jazz receive a 2028 swap, a 2030 swap, both first round, a 2031 first, and a 2033 first. This is one of the worst trades I've ever seen in my life. This is trash. Walker Kessler is not that guy. He's not that good of a player. This Laker roster that they're trying to win now with Colin Sexton, Quentin Grimes, and Walker Kessler is not going to work. I would be willing to bet any amount of money on it. They paid way too many like picks for Walker Kessler, the guy who was injured pretty much all of last season. He's not worth this haul, bro. He's not worth basically 4 first round picks, 2 first round picks, 2 swaps, or however you want to word it. He's not worth that. And then they also, overpaid way too much money on his actual contract. I don't think it's going to work out. I think the Lakers are going to come to regret this move. This is a huge overpay with money and with first. This is going to fuck up your cap space too. For the Lakers, I give this a D. Fuck a D+, bro. This is getting a D-. This shit is terrible. This is, in my opinion, this is one of the worst trades of this offseason. And for the Utah Jazz, A+. You got Jaren Jackson Jr. down there. You got Markkanen. You got all those guys. And you just basically took all of the Lakers first. Fantastic. I'd give that an A+ for the Jazz.
Next trade we got is the Los Angeles Clippers and the Toronto Raptors. Toronto gets back Kawhi Leonard. The Clippers get Brandon Ingram, my favorite player, Grady Dick. Next year's pick swap, and then 2 unprotected picks in 2031 and 2033. I mean, Toronto, you're pretty much just going back to the 2019 playbook. I mean, you have great defenders around Kawhi Leonard. You got shooters around Kawhi Leonard. Now you just need the star player, Kawhi Leonard, to perform. I mean, in the East, it's going to be tough, but I think they do got a chance to go pretty far. And for the Clippers, you're getting Brandon Ingram. He's an okay player. I mean, he ain't no Kawhi Leonard. I mean, you can trade him. His contract's not that bad. Grady Dick's a young player. You can try to work with him. If not, let him go. I think the picks are the most valuable. Next year's pick is pretty good because you're going to be swapping with OKC. So you probably get in the low 20s. And then those 2 unprotected first-round picks, I mean, how the draft lottery is going to look, that could be a couple first overall picks right there. I'm going to give Toronto Raptors an A for this deal, and then Clippers a B+. I do think it's kind of a semi win-win trade. I'd give more to the Raptors.
And for Toronto, they're all in. They're gonna try to win. You got and they got a squad. They got a squad down there in Toronto. You add Kawhi to that. If as long as he stays healthy, you could see them being a top 5 seed in a month. Seeing where they go in the playoffs. You know what I mean? The last and final trade, the Philadelphia 76ers and the Boston Celtics. The Sixers get Jaylen Brown, and the Celtics got Paul George, a 2028 first swap, a 2031 unprotected first round pick, and 2 second round picks. What is happening? This is an amazing trade for Philadelphia, right? Paul George was on a terrible contract, and he's all right still, but he's nothing like he was in his prime.
He ain't no
And
Jaylen Brown.
yeah, Jaylen Brown is, in my opinion, Jaylen Brown was the best player on the Celtics. Finals MVP 2 years ago. Was not carrying the team, but they didn't have Tatum this past season for most of it, and they were still a top 3 team with Jaylen Brown leading the team. I don't understand how the Celtics. There's no way the Celtics didn't get a better offer for Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown for Philadelphia, A+. I think Philadelphia is going to be amazing next season. They added
First seed.
a Finals MVP to a team with Embiid, Maxey, and Edgecombe, and they kept all of them. All they had to give up was Paul George. They're going to be dangerous next season. And for Boston, this is an F. Just what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean it's
What are you doing?
ridiculous.
This is terrible. It don't make sense. The Sixers fleeced the Celtics. Bonus trade. Number 13, we not bonus, but we forgot. Trade 13 between the Timberwolves and the Hornets. The Timberwolves receives LaMelo Ball and Josh Green, and the Hornets receive Naz Reid, a 28, 29, and 2030 pick swap, a 29 and 2032 second round pick, a 2033 unprotected first round pick, and a 2033 second round pick. The Hornets definitely, in my opinion, won this trade. They got a fucking war chest of assets, hella assets, and they also got Naz Reid, who, he's obviously not LaMelo Ball, but he's nice. And that's a good acquisition for the team. And the Timberwolves, they have went all in to win now with Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball. I guess that's their big 2, or you could say they have a big 3 with LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, and multi defensive player of the year Rudy Gobert. You know what I mean? But you could say that. You also could not. But you know, this is a good move for the Timberwolves. They build a backcourt. We'll see what happens. I personally don't think it's gonna work at all. You got 2 guards who can't really play defense. Both kind of need the ball. Like they're not both gonna average like 30. It's just not gonna work. Josh Green, sneaky good role player. 3-and-D wing. You know, every team could use a 3-and-D wing pretty much. Most teams need those. Giving up Naz Reid though is a really questionable decision. Fault decision after they also just gave up Julius Randle. They give up Naz Reid. They need some bigs. They need some bigs. Is what they need in the offseason to work on. Because all they got right now is like Rudy Gobert. So, but for the Timberwolves, we're gonna get us a B minus. We'll see if it works. If LaMelo can stay on the court, it could work. I don't know about the fit of the trade, and you just gave up so much, including like the franchise most loved player in Minnesota. They love Naz Reid down there. And for the Hornets, we get us a B. The Hornets, like I said, they're not rebuilding. They're going to be pretty good, but they're restructuring the roster. They got rid of Miles Bridges. They got rid of LaMelo. That era, whatever you want to call it, in Charlotte is over. They're moving on. They got a lot of assets. They got Naz Reid, a good role player, a vet.
Our final last trade, the Bulls, Timberwolves, and Nets all made a trade where Chicago gets Nick Claxton. The Timberwolves get nothing except a second round pick. And the Nets get Julius Randle and a first round pick, a late first. First of all, for the Bulls, I don't know how you did it, but you just robbed both these teams. You gave up some random dude who they immediately waived, and you got a good defensive center to help. Like now, next season, I think they're gonna be a top 10 defense. First, and of course, they're gonna be, the worst offensive team in the league. That's all good. For the Timberwolves, C minus, man. You are now just admitting you lost the cat trade.
Like, I think that was decided after Cat won a championship in New York.
Maybe, but now it's even more decided. You pretty much traded Cat for nothing. The Nets, I think it's not a bad trade. I mean, you don't have any of your first next year. I mean, you need to win in games to not give the Rockets the first overall pick. I don't want Kevin Durant playing with whoever's going to be good that year. Nothing crazy about this. I don't think they're going to be a playoff team, play-in team. Still got them a 13 seed. For the overall offseason, I'm giving the best trade, as in they got the best assets, the best deal, was for Giannis to go to the Heat. I mean, you got 4 to 5, depending on how their pick is going to be. I think that's the best deal this offseason. Worst trade has to be the Jaylen Brown trade. The trade doesn't make any sense for them. And because of that, the winners gotta be the 76ers, and the losers have to be the Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, the Celtics. The Celtics only gotten worse this offseason. They haven't done anything to get better.
I mean, even the role players they got this season, like one of them was Mike Conley. Okay, the best value move though, I'll give it Isaiah Joe to Pistons. I mean, they got one of the best 3-point shooters, a great defender for 2 second-round picks. Like,
that's good.
They do that deal every single time.
That's the slept-on move. People, and then especially with the league we're in now, it's about role players, about having value players on your roster. Isaiah Joe is going to be a big contributor to the Pistons. He's exactly what they needed.
Most surprising, I mean, not to beat a dead horse, it's like the Jaylen Brown trade, not because it was the most surprising, it was just who he went to and what he got offered for. Like, I knew Jaylen Brown was probably going to get traded, but I didn't expect, like, if you told me this while I'm out shopping, I'd be like, I'm not trying to buy nothing from you, sir. Please get away from
me. Yeah, no, dude, I didn't see the Sixers in any of these rumors. It was insane. I didn't.
I mean,
he's nice.
He's nice. He is a winning
Finals
player.
MVP 2 years ago.
Finals MVP. And then you can't say the behind the scenes things is the issue when the Portland trade for Ja Morant. Championship favorites. I mean, it just gotta be the 76ers, really.
The Sixers gotta be a championship favorite, man. You got Embiid or VJ. Embiid is like the third option on the court with the starting lineup. VJ is your fourth. That's an elite.
I mean, they
starting
just
lineup, and they got good depth.
The roster a little more. It's like a tiny bit getting another backup center. Hey, I heard some dude was talking about Charles Bassey being the greatest center of all time. Some would say he clamps up Jokic. Some would say.
Yeah, the Sixers. I definitely, as of right now, I got them winning it all. No way.
And then for the overall grade so far, just based off trades, and we're not even talking about signings. I think this. I mean, people were saying about 2019 was better. I don't see it no more, especially after this Jaylen Brown trade. And especially because the Wizards got dominating. We're not even talking about dominating no more.
Number 2.
I mean, this is one of the best off seasons I've ever seen. I mean, it kind of blows the 2019, especially when LeBron chooses to go back to the Cavs. It's gonna.
Yeah, we had just got started. There's still more coming. This is a fantastic off season. One of the most exciting. Next season is going to be amazing. A plus, whatever you want to say. It's amazing all season so far. And that's all the trades of this NBA off season so far. Let us know in the comments what you thought of these trades and who you think the championship favorite is. I still think the 76ers, they add LeBron, they're winning it all. If you enjoyed this video, drop us a subscribe, a follow, like it up. I appreciate y'all. Have an absolutely fantastic day. Peace out.